So, when you buy a new gaming laptop, there's a lot to be excited about. It's fast, it's powerful, and it's portable. But what happens when it gets a little old? Well, this is my review of the Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3 2 years later. Let's talk about it. To start, on your screen right now are the raw stats of my laptop, and coupled with the price at the time, they were pretty good. Not necessarily bleeding edge technology, but certainly passable. The Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3 was and is considered to be more of a budget laptop, sacrificing speed and performance for a lower price. And honestly, when I got it, despite the lower price, I was thoroughly impressed. It's a large laptop with many different ports, a 120Hz refresh rate screen, and an awesome keyboard. There's so many things I like about the laptop, and that's just on the outside. To me, especially at the beginning, I constantly kept asking myself, what's there not to love about it? And frankly, not much. Let's talk about the performance. When I purchased the laptop as a first-year grad student a few years back, I needed something cost-effective, but also high-performing, and I definitely got that. At the time, the laptop could run anything you could throw at it, even the most intense games, although sometimes the settings had to be lowered just a tad, but it still could run them and they were playable. Put simply, for the price of this laptop, it was great. And still is. My Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3 2 years later is still no slouch. It literally runs everything I throw at it, from different intense games to even streaming now. Yes, it does it all. Now, it's not perfect. If you've seen my other reviews, we've definitely experienced some hiccups here and there. I'll talk about them momentarily. But for the most part, this laptop has been great. On your screen right now are the average performance numbers for this laptop playing popular games. And as you can tell, they're still playable on a 2-year-old budget gaming laptop. That's awesome. Now, with that said, this thing has had an upgrade or two I had to make. For starters, that 8GB of RAM my laptop came with was not enough. But after popping the PC open and actually upgrading it, yes, upgrading it, something that's awesome about gaming PCs is that many of them you can just upgrade yourself, I gained such a great performance boost. It was wonderful. Do note though that if you are going to do this, don't make the same mistake I did. After reading this comment and delving into my own research, I realized it's better to just get a matching RAM stick with what your laptop comes with, or just replacing what's already there with something new, for the full increase in performance from having matching sticks, and safety of if one fails, you won't be stuck with an uneven amount like what I have, which if that ever happens for me, you'll hear about it. But I digress. There have been many times when the laptop is, likely due to age, a little slow upon boot up despite not having any programs to open. But that resolves within 1 to 2 minutes, really not long at all, and afterward, things run like new. Which is good, because I try to take care of this thing like it's still new and just out of the box. Little small things I do to maintain this laptop's longevity, such as using these 3D printed little nubs to put under the device for increased airflow so it doesn't get too hot and burn everything inside. Or still wrapping the laptop in its original wrapper and putting it in a carrying sleeve. It's those small things that really make this laptop perform as well as it did 2 years ago and doesn't experience too much wear and tear. But even then, we have experienced a few bumps, bruises, and even scratches, unfortunately. Which now smoothly leads me to my criticism section. I've been praising this laptop a lot throughout this video, but now let's get to the things that I've not liked over the past 2 years. Number 1, you've heard this many times, the brightness. The laptop screen is just not that bright. It really can't be used on a sunny day. And that's unfortunate, but probably not too bad because for a lot of gamers, you want to have a darker room. But even still, I'm a college student and I'll use this laptop occasionally in a well-lit environment, which it'll struggle in. I will say it's not the worst, but compared to my other laptop, it could be better. Number 2, the battery life. Again, for gamers, not much of a concern, but I wish the battery lasted longer than 4 hours. There really hasn't been any degradation from what I can tell from my battery in these past 2 years, which is great, but it wasn't much to write home about anyway, because the battery didn't last long to begin with, especially when playing games. This isn't something you'd really expect to be great with gaming laptops in general, unfortunately, but as a student, I would have liked to see maybe at least 6 hours if possible. And number 3, the low storage. Now, this is something that you can upgrade internally and externally, thankfully, but having 512GB for a gaming laptop is not enough, unfortunately. Just downloading a few games already gets you to that storage level, which is ridiculous and stifles your ability to really enjoy this machine to its fullest. So my suggestion would be to either upgrade the laptop storage internally or just shop around for external SSDs. I have a few down in the description, but those are my 3 main complaints for this laptop. And as you'll notice, Yeah, these criticisms are pretty negligible. They're not about performance issues, and they can be dealt with pretty easily. And that's probably why I'm so satisfied with this device. Now, let's get on to my verdict. So, given everything, would I recommend the Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3? Absolutely. But for the same specs I have? No. This laptop is great. It's wonderful, it's fantastic, and it's consistently amazing. It does everything I need with very few hiccups. But for you, if you're purchasing the new IdeaPad Gaming 3, make sure you get the most recent one. That way, you'll get the incredible upgraded spec sheet with the NVIDIA RTX GPUs and upgraded CPUs and RAM. So you'll get what I have, but better. Be sure to check out the links down below to learn more about the laptop and purchase the newest versions, and let me know what you think about this lovely device in the comment section down below. My name is Cyrus. It's spelled like Cyrus, pronounced like sea rooster, just take out the tur. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Peace.